Alright. So, on top of... God, I look like death. It's fine. This, by the way, is not a pimple. It's a burn. I burned myself testing pasta, and hot pasta water fell on my chin. It's terrible. I somehow managed to injure myself in the stupidest ways. If you hear movie background noises, it's because I'm watching The Lost Boys for the 400th time. Because I needed the inspiration kick, and watching that gets me in the mood to write vampire shit. So, let's get this up on Tumblr. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Going out tonight. Da 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 da. Around. The best thing about being a woman is have a little fun. Whoa, totally. Yeah. Forget I'm a lady. Man, shirt, short skirt. Whoa, and why to feel the way I feel. Whoa, my reaction, show the attraction. Color my hair, do what I dare. Whoa, I'm tired. It's been a rough few days. I've had some kind of stomach bug. Work has been busy. My boss was supposed to come back from vacation, but she got stranded in Vegas. It's been a week. It's been a week. She's still not back. She won't be getting on a plane until midnight tonight, Vegas time. So, like, what, 6 a.m. here? And that's before she even gets on the plane. I don't know. Get a reaction. That song is stuck in my head now. Blur. Jen should be writing. The magician cries. Hey, streaming and writing terrible mean things. Okay. So, as I said, if you can hear the faint Lost Boys in the background, I had an idea. I had this idea weeks ago, and I scribbled it down in my handy dandy freaking journal that I carry around all the time. That smells of leather and feels of leather and is soft, and I love it, and it's teeny tiny so I can fit it in all of my things. It's also what I used. I'm not going to show it open because it contains people's addresses, but it's also what I used to I used it to keep track of the addresses that I was sending out. Speaking of... But mostly I use it to scribble down writing ideas before I forget them. Anyways... with this, which is pen from my boss, because I kept threatening to take hers. So she bought me one. Merry Christmas. Anyways, Daniel. My boy, who mainly just wants to keep his family safe and happy, and to chill the fuck out for the rest of his life, because he's been through some shit. Anyways, when our dear, lovely, Amalthea pops back into the picture, who I still need to get a new name for, I know, but when she comes back into the picture and boops him out of, his life, it's like, hey, if you don't want me to murder literally everybody you care about, you're going to come with me. Say goodbye now. Or don't. You're coming right now. No time to say goodbye. See ya. And he obviously is just like, yep, okay, I believe that, 'cause it's already happened once already. Let's not have a repeat with these people that I've known even longer than the last people that you murdered. So he goes off with her, and surprise, surprise, Maddie's not dead. Yay. Isaac's theory proves to be true. Not that Isaac and Daniel ever talked about that. Isaac and Jesse did after Daniel got taken away, because Jesse was like, hey, I can't tell if I want to believe he's not dead just for the sake of believing he's not dead, or if I actually think that he might not be dead. And Isaac's like, hey, I actually think she might not have killed either of them, and here's why. Logic things. Anyways, so Amalthea has basically decided that making other vampires herself is dangerous because she's fucking powerful. And a couple of the newest ones that she tried this on tried to kill her. And she doesn't like almost dying. So she's going backwards and murdering all of the ones she has created thus far. Well, murdering. They die eventually, but that's more because, they starve to death because she's forcing them to turn her new soldiers and just continue doing that until they bleed themselves out. Which is not a pleasant way to die. It's really not. So anyways, Maddie is the last surviving one from this last scoop up of people. And now Daniel's there, and he's like, oh shit, this is gonna be a much longer process of death than I anticipated. Can I walk into the sun now? I'd really rather not deal with this. But after a while of helping so that Maddie doesn't drop dead, Amalthea's like, you're trying awfully hard to keep her alive. Can you tell I'm running on very little sleep? Because I am a mess. So anyways, he's trying to keep her alive. And Amalthea notices this. And Amalthea doesn't really have feelings. So she's kind of on this edge of, but why are you trying to keep her alive? Especially when you know it's going to irritate me. And I am likely to just kill you at the drop of a hat. He's like, well, essentially I'm owing back favors. I'm paying back favors that I owe her for her helping with multiple things across the many years they have known each other. To which Amalthea's just like, you mean the time when she kept you out of my way after I killed the last people you cared about? Or when she helped clean up that mess in Los Angeles? Or when she helped clean up after you killed Eric in Boston? Any of those times? And he's just like, yes, those. The fuck are you getting at? To which she offers him a proposition. Because reasons. this chapter is in very, very early stages, but the point I'm trying to make is Amalthea is very old, and always described as stark white from head to toe, like literally Greek statue carved from marble. The only color on her is her eyes. So, essentially, feeding off of her for a long period of time, say upwards of a month, in order to keep other people alive by proxy, would start to also turn you into that sort of stark white living statue type mess. And this starts happening, and he tries to ignore it at first. He's like, it's fine. This isn't really happening. This is not actually happening. I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna keep Madeleine alive, and it's gonna be fine. And then eventually, it moves, and he starts noticing it in his hands. He's just, nope, that's it. I'm not going back to my family, a living statue. This is not happening. And so tries to confront her. And the thing is, he says that she doesn't need him and Maddie anymore, to which her response is just, you're probably right. You've both outlived your usefulness. He's like, no, you let us go back to our respective families. And that's not gonna happen. Obviously. Obviously, that's not gonna happen. Oh, but the thing is, like, if he went back, like, living statue, full on the same as she is, I'm playing the pronoun game. If Daniel went back home, looking the same way Amalthea does, every single member of that household would collectively lose their minds for a hot second and be like, what did she do to you? What is this? Can we reverse it? Are you okay? I don't know. This whole changing physiology thing is born of the lesser dead. Ilf. I can't say her name. I can't remember her easier name. I think it was Charlotte, but at the same time, maybe not. Ilfgifu? I don't know. She's some Saxon queen thing. There are very small children vampires in that book. Ancient ones. Batshit crazy, like, pre-everything ones. And so, like, their bodies have sort of decayed to the point where they can't physically hold blood because their stomachs are so deteriorated. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, that book was just so good, though. It gave me so many ideas. I love consuming new vampire literature because it's so rare that I get to consume new, good vampire literature. And The Lesser Dead is so good. Especially when you get to the end. And I won't spoil the whole thing, but like it ends, there's a happy ending. And then it says, please, put the goddamn book down. And then there's another ending. Oh, it was so good. And Joseph Peacock is amazing. I'm gonna watch this scene because I love this scene. lick the blood that's dripping from your nose into your own mouth. Just for effect. I love this movie so much. I don't know if I've impressed that upon you guys, but I actually adore this movie. It's my favorite. I must have impressed it upon you guys because literally that's the entire reason my main whip is being written, is because of this goddamn story. So, you know. I'm wondering how this is working. Because I'm sitting on the floor at the edge of a bed instead of, sitting up. But I didn't feel like squishing my cat pillow in between the bed frame and the wall again. I have the Lost Boys comic too, not Reign of Frogs. Wish I had Reign of Frogs. Wish I had the novelization of the book more, but novelization of the book, that's oxymoron. Novelization of the movie. But they released in 2017? It's 2019? Yeah, 2 years ago. They released a comic collection for the 30th anniversary of 30th? Yeah, that's how that works. For the 30th anniversary of the movie. As a direct sequel continuation that follows some shit that goes down with Star and a bunch of female vampires that live underneath the cave and like First Blood, and it's just so cool. It's so cool. I don't understand why they brought Saxophone Man into it as a vampire hunter, but you know what, I'm okay with it. Because I get to see David alive again, and I think I called him Daniel before by accident. It's fine. It's fine. I don't confuse my own characters with the characters they used to be. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's been too many years for that. Obviously. I still totally do it. Alright. Okay. So, back to this main chapter. It's so good. I don't know. I feel like out of all of my characters, except for Moira, who I've been pretty nice to thus far. Moira and Carrie, essentially, I've been pretty nice to thus far. I fucked up Jesse's entire life. A lot of shit's happened to him. I mean, I guess in hindsight, I have definitely screwed up Daniel's life heavily, considering I murdered his fiancée, unmurdered her, and then decided that was too nice. And now Malthea maybe has her body. And that's awful for a multitude of reasons. But I don't know, as far as being terrible to them goes, I have been less terrible to Daniel than others. And I felt like that needed to change. So, here we are. there it is. Instead of there is it. I can spell words fine. I have to finish the scene though. I guess I'm gonna close it now. That's far enough. I'm gonna go because someone's coming upstairs. Bye bye.
What?